Hello, everybody. Welcome to Parsha Wine Pairing with David. This is a first for me, going solo, so I really appreciate you all joining. I had some technical difficulties, so we got off to a bit of a late start. Having said that, as we discussed last week, we will be featuring the Flam wine. This week's Parsha is Parshat Naso, and in this week's Parsha, it talks about a few different subjects like the priestly blessings, as well as it talks about Nazir. And in the Haftorah, we talk about Shimshon, who was probably the most famous Nazir. So what's the connection with Flam? Well, Jared came up with a nice creative connection, and Jared's the one who selected this wine, so shout out to Jared. And he pointed out that Shimshon is buried in Tel Tzorah and apparently lived in Beit Shemesh, and these locations are right in the vicinity of the Flam winery. So if you're ever out there visiting the Flam winery, you're a hop, skip, and jump away from Shimshon's birthplace, or the place he lived, and his burial place. So there's a nice connection there with the vicinity. Having said that, we will go ahead and give this a try and let you know how it's tasting. Flam is a boutique winery. Great wines, very, very popular. This happens to be the Flam Classico 2014. Right now we're on the 2016, but we had a couple of bottles lying around that were 2014, so I decided to go for those. Although I've had the 2016 just recently, drinking beautifully. This is the vintage that they had before Shemitah. We always skip 2015 coming from Israel because that's Shemitah. So without further ado, and thank you, Jared, for joining. We'll go ahead and give this a try. Jared, if you want to post some notes, go ahead and post some notes. This is a beautifully balanced wine. It is very approachable. And again, I'm drinking the 2014, but the 2016, very similar. In a way, the 2016 may even be better, and it's still young, so who knows how good it will be in a couple of years. But you get good balanced fruit, nice fruity aromas, fruity flavors. You can taste the oak, although it's only been aged for 10 months in oak. There's an undertone of oak, but beautifully integrated with the wine. I'm not getting a lot of tannins. I'm not getting a lot of acid, but just a very, very approachable blend. This is, it's kind of a Bordeaux blend. It's got the Cab Merlot, Syrah, Cab Franc, and I believe there's some Petit Verdot in here. So a nice bouquet, a nice arrangement of different varietals in here to pull this together. What is Jared saying here? All right, Jared, we'll read your notes. I couldn't get it as it skipped up, but definitely, I saw it said nice fruity, definitely nice and fruity, beautiful wine. And Yaakov's gonna step in and also give us some information on this wine. So to be on screen, Yaakov, you have to scooch around.
Yep. Hi everyone, happy Parsha and pairing. Let's get that right in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Yaakov said, we're drinking Flam today. I must try this. I mean, Flam is just known to be a fantastic winery, making fantastic wine. So,
yeah, and I actually met with the owner, or maybe the winemaker, at the Kosher Wine and Food event in New York. And he told me that these wines are meant to be like early drinking, but like they can age for a very long time, and they're very well made. I remember trying these wines with him there. They're all fantastic, but this one especially is great. So let me try it with no further ado.
Go ahead.
Amen. Wow. So it's definitely like in a Bordeaux style, how it's made, and just sitting in the mouth, it's supple, but it has good acidity. It's flavorful, it's mouth-watering. The tannins are not overly overbearing or anything. They're smooth, rounded, nicely balanced with oak. I really like the blend. It's got a lot of different varietals in there, not only Cabernet Sauvignon, but Cab Franc, even Syrah and Petit Verdot. and the color is a very nice color. It's not overly intense or dark, but
this is a 2014 vintage, so it's had some time in the bottle. And right now we're on to the 2016 vintage. There's only a couple of bottles of these left around, which I grabbed for the office so that we can enjoy it and have Parsha wine pairing. But the 2016 is very good as well, if not better.
And it'll have more time to age, definitely. I mean, if you're someone who likes aging their wines as well, I mean, there's spicier notes in this and a little bit of clove on the finish.
All right, good stuff. So hopefully that gives you guys some good information and insight into this wine, so that when you're sitting down to drink it, you can think back to this and appreciate it. Next week is Parshat Bahalotcha, or Bahalotcha, and special treat. We have our very own Shiran winery that we bring in, that we import directly. It's part of our Garage Winery series. And we will be trying the Shiran wines next week. This one is the conductor. There's also a trio and a soprano. And to find out the connection between the Shiran wines and next week's Parsha, tune in at 1 o'clock next week, Friday. As well, don't forget that all the wines that we feature here, the Flam wines, the Shiran wines, every week the wines that we feature and the wines that we discuss and the wines that we'll have the following week are always on sale. You can use code Parsha7, Parsha numeral 7. And you can get a 7% discount at checkout. Just use the code, hit apply, and you'll get 7% off these wines. And that way you can have them at your table, enjoy them for Shabbos, and follow us at 1 o'clock. We'll tell you why you'll enjoy them and what the connection with the Parsha is, right?
Definitely.
All right. Well, Yaakov, thanks.
For those of us just joining, this was the wine that we had, the Flam Classico. And here's next week's wine, the Shiran Mike Weinstein. Just see your comment there.
Oh, to see the bottles? Okay, yeah. Exactly. This is next week's bottle. This is Parsha Bahalotcha. This is this week's bottle. And I think it's much better to look at the bottles than to look at us. So we can keep that there for a moment. Now, I do want to mention before we leave, and I do want to, first of all, wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. That's coming up. So hope you use that day, take it off, and enjoy it. And while you're taking that day off and enjoying it, don't forget to hit up Kosherwine.com. We have a few great promotions. We have 100 wines deeply discounted, great selection of wines there, something for everyone. We also have 15% off our Lambruscos. We have our Festa, which is another wine that we import directly. It's our own brand. Those are now available, 2 cases for $189.99. That works out to like under $8 a bottle.
What a deal!
Yeah, great for the summer. Moscato and Rosa. It's both semi-sweet, sweet wines that are like
bring them to the beach.
Bring them to the beach, bring them to the picnic, bring them to the barbecue, open them up anytime. They're really, really good wines. So definitely check out our Memorial Day sale. It's already going on. It's on site right now. So while you're enjoying your Memorial Day, definitely enjoy it with wine. Live from Kosherwine.com, this is David and Yaakov wishing you a good Shabbos and hope to see you next week.